Much like any other day, I suppose. Time to put my nose to the grindstone and grind until it shows the way to go. then follow my sharpened nose like a stick until it leads to water. It's the best technique I've found so far. I guess it's the best after all these years. The best is yet to come, and still we're looking far ahead, and aren't we looking fine? I found a photo of us online the other day. I saw a photo I keep pinned to my mirror, that is, atop my feed. For doesn't that reflect the way we look? And don't you know we haven't aged a jot, and yet the water's gained an odor, so it means you mustn't drink. But how could we have seen that when we set our sights to see that what we sought to saw could never really sink, for what we saw was water? If it gains a musty odor, then the object of our striving is polluted by our striving, then I guess we fail to think of where to go to water when the water gains an odor. Another thought occurs to me. The theme of getting older is a case of getting richer, where the richness is to know the way to go. But still I can't afford to quench the belly of my brother asking for a drop to drink. And by brother I refer to all the wilderness that dies for us, and here we come to depths I failed to see before. I mean, I used to be an optimist, but pessimists are popular, and so I speak in sorrow of the end and can't recall the way I used to be. I know. I could be happy once. But now at least I'm popular, by which I mean that I don't have to talk to anyone. They'll talk to me. I guess I can't ignore that the object of my striving was to be inside of offices and grovel to a groveler. But now at least I'm popular. And I don't have to talk to you, and I can shut inside and think. Now think instead of all that work to think, but now my thinking works, for I can shut you out, because I'm popular, I know you'll come right back to me. Indeed, you'll write right back to me, write to me, and write to me, right back to me. You're back to me, you'll back right back to me, I'll write back to you. Cockatoo, sock it to me, you'll sock it back to me. Well, that would be a thing to see if we, accomplishing the things we set to do and yet have yet to do, could follow our divining rod that beckons towards the final state of who to be, like astronaut or priest, or if we dare, an artist, if that's a thing you are, and not a thing you strive to be, and striving never are. But after all this striving, do I dare subtract what's past from when we turn to presents for ourselves, or for the people that we long to be? It's much like any other day that's come along to sift the shifting sands and sit in shadow of the songs we've sung and jobs we've jung to keep on striving toward another job or song to thing, or thingify a self that has become and yet must move so wise set goals. The economy is nothing but the things we bring each other, and yet our wants are always shifting, and the things we want are not the things they were. E.g., my brother isn't thirsty anymore. But I'll bring a drink regardless, for he wanted once, and surely wants another thing, as if I do believe that wanting is eternal, although the wanter wants no more. Yes, that's the nature of life passing. Could I really be a doctor? But if you have to ask, I guess I'll know I'm popular, and that the present's gone and all I've done is do instead of be.
Space. Leave it to the engineers to figure that one out. Figures.
2,
1,
1, 2, 3, 4,
Isn't it?
5,
21,
9,
13, 21.
All that time, pages of Clark and Asimov. Now what? Could be worse. Enclosed space never appealed to me until now. Saving, of course, tree houses with nothing but me, the sun, and the birds, and the pages of Clark and Asimov. Or whatever. What? No. Well, maybe. I had a dream about golfing.
Michelle
Ben Hogan,
Wee,
Bobby Jones.
C. Thompson,
The
Bobby
Harriers.
Jones,
Haynes
Tiger
Stewart,
Woods,
Or maybe it
Fuzzy.
wasn't
Zaharias.
about golfing. I can't remember. Must run in the family. Forgetting. Yeah, it's not a great time for that either.
Don't where you eat. Where you eat.
This is like being alone on the moon. Not that I've ever been on the moon. I've no special skills.
Don't eat where you.
Engineers need with me.
Eat,
Eat.
Flexible? I'm not that flexible, actually.
I can eat my own.
I can eat my own.
Can fit into a relatively small space. And I know how to take really slow, deep breaths. Good with isolation. For weeks, speaking to no one except maybe... or this guy.
I write to you.
I have too many Right. voices.
Too many voices,
Too much
too
news.
much
I write
news,
to you. I follow the news. I follow the birds. Everything's gonna be different now.
Everything's
Spent a lot of time in cars.
Everything's different now.
Or in tiny light rooms. People spend so many hours in tiny practice rooms putting their little fingers exactly 2 inches apart.
Consider this a warning.
This warning. There is a great big world out there. Don't you want to get out?
Consider this another warning.
Consider this another warning.
Unless you're in space. In which case, there's a great big void out there and everything looks like nighttime. If isolation is a nightmare to you. I was isolating long before it was in vogue. Rather, part of me was isolating and the other part was going out to shows.
Shaking hands, kiss, drink at the bar afterwards. No thanks, I'm dry July. I've got a thing, another part of me is at home and hasn't been fed yet. I'm just gonna go back and stare at the same little window for a while.
Window for a while.
That thing.
No.
Other part of me is at home
While.
and hasn't been fed yet, so I'm
I don't need to go to shows. I don't need to go to space. The moon. I see it almost every night. Hard to be with friends on whatever this.
Everyone keeps cutting out.
Everyone
drop
keeps
calls.
cutting out drop
cutting
calls.
out.
Not enough
Drop
bandwidth.
calls.
Don't have the
Don't
infrastructure. What else are you running? Yeah.
are
What
you
version of Zoom do
running?
you have? Oh
What
yeah.
version do you
Oh what?
have?
No,
Oh,
never
yeah.
mind.
What?
It won't
Never
work
mind, it won't
I
work
can't
anyway,
hear you.
can't hear
Just
you.
call me when you get the.
I can't hear you. Just call me when you get the.
First thing in the morning, I peer out.
Hello.
I peer out of the whatever, and genuinely, I am surprised that I look as okay as I do, considering the fact that I shower every 5th or 6th day. My diet for my stomach is Cheetos, coffee, a few antacids, scrambled eggs. My diet for my eyes is birds. My diet for my dreams is long ones, vivid, early morning, drawn out voyages to wide open spaces that I hold onto for as long as I possibly can.
Real heroes journey stuff.
And when I wake up, it might as well be as real as this. Dear Congresswoman.
Your Holiness.
Dear Pineapple,
Dear Fantasy League
Walkers.
Commissioner.
Representative.
to whom it may concern.
I write to you.
I write to you.
For confirmation.
In
Just
earnest.
checking in.
With a few questions.
In jest.
About the exciting news.
Fortunate news.
As a voice.
As a voice.
There are are too many voices.
There are too many voices.
Too many voices.
Myself, a small business owner, mother of two, potential client gaming enthusiast.
Gen
blood
Xer,
donor.
thirsty plant, suspended officer, expert on startup culture, Holocaust survivor, county clerk.
To confront.
To confront.
The hurricane.
Pandemic.
Supply chain disruption.
Bureaucracy.
Rioting, renegading.
Meme culture.
Human sacrifice.
Shortage of kale.
Statements surrounding gender inequality.
Ancestry.com results.
The new reality.
The new reality.
Affecting physical and
Spiritual.
Mental.
Lower intestinal.
Health.
threatening daily life in the
Global community.
The United States of America.
Corporate team structure.
Disney World.
Deep oceans.
If you follow.
If you follow.
Last few weeks, you would think.
Let's rejoice.
Disagree.
Understand. You would conclude that the world is coming to
entering
an
a new phase.
The news does not go nearly far enough, goes too far, fails to mention, aims to overwhelm, proliferates lies, attempts to set straight, is too little for my appetite.
which relies on takeout, delivery, home cooked, microwave, non-dairy, the kindness of others, yellow chunks to complete a Hawaiian pizza. And the fact that public and private schools have shut or are shutting down, or not.
The days are long, short, move quickly, run together, punishing, hopeful, impossible children, shared with the joy of children, lonely, provide much needed void of life, professional concerts and sporting events of more than or less than 40 people, or less.
The nights are dreamless, full of vivid, fearful, dark, wakeful, dreamless, sometimes the only shift work available.
The birds are overbearing, a source of inspiration, unending chirpiness, melting, active outside my window into the booming voice of my neighbor. What are birds?
You will find that pet food supply and distribution is an essential service, or both essential services are taxed differently in the eyes of the Lord.
You will find.
Solution is to provide each household with the acidic soil compound necessary for a strong, connected broadband postal service.
Balance is
Balance is
Balance is
hard.
hard.
Balance is hard.
balance
Balance
is
is
hard.
Balance is hard.
Balance is hard.
Balance.
Balance is
Balance is
hard.
Balance is hard.
Balance.
Balance is hard.
Hard.
Balance is hard.
Balance is hard.
Balance is hard.
Balance.
Balance is
is
hard.
Balance is hard.
Hard.
I'm going to try to unfreeze the screen. Screen. A screen. A screen in front of my face. A screen that keeps me on my side and you on yours. The hairs and the fluids from my face tied up and put in a bindle, wrapped up around the face like a scarf. In front of my face, before my face, was my screen. After my face will be a pile of hair resting on some goo. The screen could be made of tears, or it could be made of snot. It could be made from drool, but not from earwax. That doesn't work. My face is moving through time regularly, and then the screen freezes, but the fluid continues. The only thing that moves is the tears or the mucus, the drool. in a slow cascade down a frozen face. A little yellow fish swimming in an iced-over river. Maybe the screen heals. Amongst 6 people talking, the healer appears, outlined in yellow, hopping like a jackrabbit, from frozen face to frozen face across the screen, scrubbing the crust off in the morning, and making it morning everywhere. And then the screens could turn green and disappear. We'd all speak through the plants. Broadband xylem networks running along under the sea. Make a call by rubbing 2 leaves together. Phloem, as far as I know, doesn't buffer. Feeling more than looking. I'm trying to say something on the side of my screen. Drooling and stupid. Inching towards you like blood. I won't blame you if you're too burnt out to look.
I
woke up
In my
own bed.
another day.
of quiet,
Quiet.
Quiet.
and I realized
I
I
am less alone
than I have ever been.
have
everyone
on the entire planet
is going through this
right now.
right now.
Right now.
With me,
How many times has the entire human species
Experienced the same thing.
together? I
I feel less alone than I ever have.
in this moment.
right now. Billions feel this fear.
Billions Billions feel this confusion.
Billions feel this hope.
We
Are
All
going
through
this
we
are
all
going
through
this
in variation
with differing levels.
of heroics.
I am
I am
I am here.
here.
I go to bed.
Another night
Of quiet.
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 I am less alone. I am less alone.
I am less alone.
I am less alone.
I am less alone.
I am less alone.
I am less
I am less
alone.
alone. I am less alone. I am
Okay.
Hey! We did it!
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Thank
for
you.
watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you all
Yeah.
for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Let's introduce the band. Jeff Young. Oh, I don't know which direction. but
Hi!
Jeff Young. I'm Paul Pinto. It's Gelsey Bell.
Woo!
Isabel Castellvi. Isabel Castellvi. Dave Reuter. Erin Rogers.
Woo!
Eamonn Farrell. Steiner. Marianna Hoitt-Lange, doing assistant producing, just helping out, calling the show. Thank you so much, Eamonn and Marianna. Thanks to the band. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you all so much.